This beautiful gospel today, the Lord speaks right to the heart of who we are as the children of God and as Christians. We remember the reading, Jesus Christ was praying for the whole night, and then takes a step of choosing his 12 apostles, the 12 men that later on would become the pillars of the church, of his church. And at the end, there is something interesting that the gospel writer puts about Judas Iscariot, the one who was going to betray him. Let's go back a little bit and explain all these three little points that the Lord tells us today. The first one is prayer. Jesus Christ didn't spend just a little bit of time in praying. He was actually praying with his whole heart, with his whole strength, with his whole being, because he was going to do something extraordinary. He was going to choose his men, the men that would go with him and evangelize the world. And that teaches something about prayer. Prayer is something important. Prayer is the moment in which we make the decision, important decisions of our life. We cannot walk in life without really connecting with the Lord, without being united with him, especially when it comes to discernment, when it comes to making important steps in our lives. He spent 12 hours praying, maybe 8 hours, 6 hours. The gospel says the whole night, nothing less than that. And then after he's made the decision, after he's prayed, after he's been united with his Father, he goes on, and with his will strong, he moves forward in his life. That's something also that we can learn, that the Lord doesn't look forward and then looks back and then considers whether or not he should, after made the decision, take second chances. He is a man of strong will because he has prayed, because he has spent his time with God. And then finally, as the gospel mentions, he also chose Judas Iscariot, the traitor. Also tells us something about prayer. The prayer is not something that we just go off and ask the Lord for something that I want. Prayer is about opening our heart, our soul to God so that we can listen to him, so that we can discover what his will is, what's the best for us, not what interests us more. Even though we can, in prayer, ask the Lord for something that we need, for something that we hold in our heart. Prayer is first and foremost something that helps us to open our heart, our soul to God so that we can say, "Thy will be done."